students. Today I'm going to talk to you about how you can use Google Tasks as your digital assignment notebook. We're going to be using Google Tasks in grades 7 through 11 here at Lawrence School this year. And we want everybody to start the school year off right. And so we're going to make sure we all know how to use it the same way. So I'm going to go over what it is, how we're going to use it, and how your teachers are going to help you. So to get started, I've shared with all students as well as our teachers this guide on Google Tasks and how to use it for your assignment notebook. So we're going to use it in collaboration together between teachers and students. Students are going to be responsible for accurately copying the homework assignments into their Google Tasks assignment notebook from either Google Classroom or the board and the whiteboard in every teacher's room. It is okay to copy and paste from Google Classroom. Your homework should be filled out each day from your agenda in each of your Google Classroom pages from your teachers. Teachers are going to be responsible for making sure that you are copying the information correctly into Google Tasks. We're also going to make sure that we're posting our homework to our agenda in the homework section of your agenda every day, as well as we're going to make sure to write it on the whiteboard in class. So how do you use it? Well, first you have to open Google Tasks. Google Tasks is built into Gmail, Google Calendar, and Google Drive. So we're going to start with Gmail. So in Gmail, normally you would see a sidebar over here. These are like a quick toolbar, tools to get to like Google Keep, Calendar, Google Tasks, and your contacts. If you don't see this sidebar, you might have to hit this little arrow in the bottom right corner of your screen on Gmail, and it will pop it out. Google Tasks is this one right here. It's a circle with a check mark in it. And you would just click that and it would pop out a side menu. It's the same idea if you're in Google Calendar. You could see from the side navigation bar, again, if you don't see it, pop it out, click on Google Tasks, and then the same thing in Google Drive. Google Task is right here on the side to view the sidebar, and click on it there. It doesn't matter which of these three pages you use Google Tasks on, they'll automatically feed to the other. So I'm going to use mine in Google Calendar so I could show you some other things as well. So Google Tasks, you can see I'm logged in as Larry Lyon right now, and Larry Lyon already has some items on their assignment notebook or their Google Task list. So the first thing you have to do is find your homework, and you're going to find it in Google Classroom. So I'm on a class that I'm part of, which is my practice class here, and I'm going to go to the classwork tab. On the classwork tab, all of your teachers will have a daily agenda section or category at the top of the classwork page. There might be several different categories, but you could always find the daily agenda at the top, or you could just click it on the side here to see all of your daily agendas. You will see here I have a couple daily agendas. I'm going to go to this one marked September 10th. And on the September 10th one, I'm going to open the documents. Some of your teachers will have a separate document like this. Some of them will put it just right in Google Classroom. Once you have your daily agenda open, your teacher you'll see all the activities you're going to do in class that day, warm-ups and classwork, other things that you might need to do. Towards the bottom of the list, you'll see either homework listed or independent work. That's another fancy way of saying homework. So in this case, you can see there's two different homework assignments and they have two different due dates. So I'm going to show you how you're going to add that to Google Tasks. So notice since you have a Google Doc open, you have a sidebar and you could open Google Tasks right here from the side. When you have Google Tasks open, you'll see the blue bar at the top says add a task. You're going to click that. You'll see it pop up somewhere on your list. and you're going to add 3 pieces of information: the title, the details, and when is it due. Okay, so we're gonna, and your teacher should be writing down your homework here in that order. So the first line of the homework will usually be the abbreviation for the class. So this is history, so it's social studies, SS, and then followed by the name of the assignment. So I'm gonna select that with my mouse and hit either Control C to copy or right click and copy. I'm gonna click in this box here and I'm gonna just paste that to my title. I'm going to get any details I need. So I need to know it's in Khan Academy. So I'm going to copy that as well and put that in the details section. And then the due date is right there. I'm going to choose 9/12 as my due date. Now notice there's also a time here too. I would recommend the time of that class, or that morning is when it's due. So I'm going to mark this as 8:30 because I have it first thing in the morning, and I'm going to hit OK. So that is my due date for that assignment, and it's there now, and it's sorted it by date. So the homework I have to do first will appear at the top. Homework that's later will appear towards the bottom of the list. So let's add another homework assignment. I'm going to hit add a task again. I'm going to copy the, again, first line, the title of this homework assignment, copy, put that in the title, and then I'm going to get any details, like I need my history textbook, copy, and put that in the details. The due date will be 9/13, and I'm going to put 8:30 as my turn in time, so I turn it in by first thing in the morning. So what's going to happen is my history teacher, if I'm in class with my history teacher for this, he or she will come around and check to make sure I've written down those assignments correctly in Google Tasks. If I didn't, they may ask me to correct it and change it, so I do have everything. What happens after that? So if you go to Google Calendar, and I have Google Calendar open here, but you could also hit it from these 9 squares of Google, and you could look for the calendar icon there as well. Google Tasks has automatically put those items, those due dates, on my calendar for me automatically. So I could see, like at 8:30 a.m., those are when those social studies assignments are due. So does that mean I need to start working on them that day? No, that's the day they're due. So I should make a plan to get them done before that day. So if I'm at home wondering what homework I should be doing, if it's Friday night, I'm going to look at the next week and see what's due Monday morning or Tuesday morning to make sure I get that done for the weekend. Another thing you could do to manage it is once you get that assignment done. So on the classwork tab, I could see, oh, there's my page 72 questions for social studies that I had to finish. Let's look at that assignment. And I could see there's a Google Doc attached that I need to fill out. Once I get that filled out, I'm going to view the assignment and notice there's a turn in button. There's also a turn in button on the document itself when you're working on it. So when you are completed with it, you could hit this like gray turn in button, and that will automatically take you to the page in Google Classroom to turn it in. You want to make sure you turn it in on Google Classroom first when you are done with it. So you've completed all the questions, you've turned it in. When I go back to my Google Classroom page, I could see that it's kind of grayed out now and it says turned in. That's an indicator to me that I've done that work. I'm going to then go back to Google Tasks. So there's my Google Task list here, and it doesn't update automatically. So we're going to say, hey, for those page 72 questions, I did that. To mark it as complete, you're going to hit this little circle in front of it, which turns it into a checkbox. When I do that, it automatically moves it off my list. And there's a section down here where you can see all of your completed work. Hopefully it'll be interesting at the end of the year to see how many completed tasks you've done. I'm very curious about that. You'll also see on Google Calendar that it is kind of grayed out that assignment on my calendar as well. And again, that's letting you know, that's letting your teachers know that you've completed that task. So once you've completed an assignment, you turn it in on Google Classroom and then you mark it as complete. Your IE or learning specialist teachers could help you make sure that you're following that process as you're completing work, either during like study hall time, IE time, or after school time. And that is Google Tasks as a digital assignment notebook. If you have any questions about how to use it or any weird things that are happening, please let me know or ask your teachers and we'll find an answer.